Welcome to the Ultimate Fantasy Locker Room, starring Antone Davis, Rocky DeStefano, Delano Williams, and Phil Anthony. Fantasy football, real results.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Ultimate Fantasy Locker Room. If you don't know, your boys are back in town.
Yeah.
How you guys doing this week?
I'm doing good.
Hanging in there, man.
Oh, you sound like you sad. Why you sad?
You need a hug?
I know why you're sad.
You talking to me?
No, wait. We got to save that part for later.
I know, but he's sad right now.
Well, he's sad.
Why are you sad?
I don't know if he's sad or salty.
I don't know. I went 3-1. I'm not sad.
Okay, we'll leave it alone.
Hey, I actually won 3 games out of 4 in my leagues this year. Actually, after trading every single piece of talent I had on my team, if I win this week and Charles loses, I'm actually in.
So what
playoffs.
does that say about you, though?
It says I'm smart in
No,
many ways.
I don't know.
Many ways.
So you didn't trade away your playoff contention.
No, but I
when
got a lot of picks.
When he was trying to win, he lost.
You know what? You're salty.
He's pretty salty. He's a little sad right now.
Conceding the loss, he won. So
Hey, pull up to the mic like last week. All right.
you're
All
a
right.
jerk off.
So let's,
I hope everyone's having a great week so far. I hope your Thanksgiving was great.
Yeah.
But we're going to get into some
What are we
some
drinking
fantasy
today?
Oh, wow. Today's sipping beer is the Kona Brewing Company.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this.
They're party-
Mahalo.
Party
Yeah.
pack.
We hope that's right. We
I
hope
hope-
he didn't say something that's
Yeah, I was
dirty.
You know, he
or
seems to know, but he doesn't want to
racist.
tell me exactly
no,
what it is.
it's
Is it
Mahalo.
Mahalo or
Gabby, do you know
Malaho?
what
You were saying Milano before, like the cookie.
No, wait.
I got Milano.
Is that a cookie
I got
or is that-
Milano kids. That's why.
All right.
Kona, please sponsor us, but just ignore that last 20
Delano's
seconds.
racism.
I'm sorry, guys. All right, we're gonna go start by we starting in sitting.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel good about our backups. I feel good about our tight end. I feel good about our quarterback. I feel good about our 2 running backs.
Right.
Yeah. So we're going to go real quick. I think we went long last time, so we're going to be a little bit quicker.
I always go long.
Anyways.
I think that was a great thing he said.
So we are going to start with America's team,
Put the hat
Please
down.
don't do it. Don't do it.
the Cleveland Browns, and listen, I'm going to keep rubbing this elf because we are winning, man.
I think we got to put a black light on that hat.
The Browns are 8-3. Are they for real? I don't know, but let's talk about this week. The Browns versus the Titans.
The elf on the shelf, by the way.
Elf on the shelf. Hey, so here's my thoughts about this game.
Turn your phone off.
Yeah, I thought I did, but
That's okay. I'll turn it off for you.
What do you
anyway.
think about this game?
Get it.
this is the test, right, for the Browns. We'll see how good they really are. It's the best team they've played in a long time.
Yep.
I think if you are looking at this game, you're going to definitely start Nick Chubb.
Oh, yeah.
Tennessee's defense has been pretty good, but against the run, they've been a little bit weak. They're only 16th in the league in run defense, and they're allowing about 116 yards per game. And I think that Chubb is going to have a great game. And I do think that of Kareem Hunt, too. He's a little bit more dependent on a few receptions, but I think they're both going to do a good job to this week.
I mean, you can't have a better 1-2 punch.
No.
Right there.
I think that's probably not what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Why do you, let's hear.
I mean, that's on paper what you would expect, but the Titans, they're a good team. They got a good coach. Comes from that Bill Belichick tree. And honestly, in the past couple of years, he's kind of proved that game by game, he could kind of rise to the occasion and make that team rise to the occasion.
Yeah, he's definitely a just.
I think they're going to start playing. They started last week playing that playoff type football. They're going to take away the run, I think, in this game, and they're going to force Mayfield to throw the ball.
I'm going to have to agree with him.
It's possible. I think a lot of it depends on the weather. Mayfield, we've been pretty down on him, but he does have 11 multiple touchdown games. So I think if they do try to take that away from them, the run, that I think Stefanski is another guy who's a really good analyst. He knows kind of how to make a game. And last week I saw a bunch of bubble screens and a bunch of short underneath passes where they let the rush come in, and they still got the ball into the hands of playmakers, which then, as the game wore on, softened up for the run.
Yeah, I think you're going to play your running backs, and you're going to play Henry, you're going to play the other two guys. I think it winds up being a shootout. Tannehill had a few down weeks, but he's playing really good defenses. And before that, he was a top 5 quarterback for the first 5-6 weeks of the season. So I think you could chart that up. The Browns' pass defense is not great. Yeah, I see a shootout here, and I think you could play those guys. I think you could play probably Landry again, and you play A.J. Brown. You're full going everybody probably, except I just don't want to play Mayfield in this game. I think he will throw the ball around, but I think he'll turn the ball over too a couple times.
I think Tannehill has some elevated stats this week. I do think that the Browns, you're right. They're better against the run than the pass, and I think that he will find his receivers a little bit more than normal. And I think Derrick Henry is, hey, I'm wrong.
That's where I want to touch. I want to touch on that.
Derrick Henry is a man.
I think, last game he got a lot of work put in, and he did amazing last week. So I don't want to count him out. I see we're going heavy against the pass, but I think they're going to load up Derrick Henry this game and really try to bring it to the Browns this game and try to see what you guys are made of defensively against the run.
Well, that's my hope. Because if they try to slow the game down and we're able to run, then it's going to be a low-scoring game, which I think actually favors the Browns.
The Browns?
It's just me. But anyways.
All right, so moving on. We're going to go to Pats at the Chargers. Pats at the Chargers. And what else can we say besides Austin Eckler was eased in with the most carries he's ever had, touches he's ever had in his career. Sky, he's a stud, man. Balaj was out last week. I think he'll bounce back, but we had a Joshua Kelly sighting that was nice. But Eckler, man, perfect timing for the playoffs. Against this defense, the Patriots haven't been great against the run at all. I would not hesitate to start him. I like Air Bear. I like Allen. I like everybody for the Chargers. On the other side, I like Cam in this game. San Diego hasn't been. Oh wow, San Diego. No. The Chargers haven't been great against the run.
You got this.
And Cam is going to fall into the end zone at least once. And he's been outside of those duds, he's been pretty solid, getting you around 17, 18 points a game. So
mostly because of his touchdown, his running. Yeah,
he's dependent on it, but they give it to him.
I agree with everything you're saying. Eckler had 16 targets last week.
16 targets.
It's ridiculous. Yes. Like you want to put that guy in. The only thing I'll say, and it played out last week against Arizona, I think they're going to have a defense. The Pats are going to confuse the rookie quarterback. I just think they are. I think it'll be I still start Allen, but I'm not as sure about Allen this week, and I'm not as sure about Air Bear this week.
Yeah. I mean, I had the same reservations because of it's the Patriots, but just looking at that pass defense this whole year, I don't see a way. You have to start Allen, and I would expect a pretty decent game from him.
Yeah, well, I think
I think Bear's not the normal rookie either.
No, that's fair. But I think that you're right. You can't not start Allen. Allen's had 5 straight weeks with touchdowns. I think 7 out of the last 10 weeks with touchdowns. I'm not saying don't start him. Maybe pull back a little bit on Justin.
Touchdowns or TDs?
TDs.
Yeah. We can't say TDs anymore. We're saying touchdowns. We're never saying TDs again.
We're not saying TDs no more?
Yeah, because it's too often you make fun of me.
I say TDs.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what.
How do you say TDs?
I say touchdowns.
How do you go ahead and let us know how you guys say TDs? Is it TDs or is it TDs? I just need to know. Strum it. Just strum it.
All right. Hey, let's talk about the Raiders and the Jets.
Delano, what are you thinking about
Raiders and the Jets? Derek Carr is probably going to play really good against this Jets defense. Yeah, I think
that's
what makes you say that?
Because they're a dumpster fire. I know you're.
Oh, right. You're talking about the Jets?
Yeah.
Yeah. What makes me say that?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I know you would question that because you're a Jets fan, but as far as the Raiders go, the Raiders are actually playing really good ball. If we're looking at the Jets, there's not much we can really. The defense is not really, aspiring much to any level of
Yeah, they don't have
competitiveness. But as far as the Raiders, like they got a lot going for them right now. Derek Carr is he's playing really good ball.
What are you guys hearing about Josh Jacobs, the running back? We know he got hurt. Have you guys heard whether or not they feel like he's going to be a start or not? Because if not,
it's still kind of up in the air. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think where you're going, I think you start Booker either way. But if Jacobs doesn't play, Booker's in line. He's going to get like 16, 17 carries. He's going to get a few targets. So,
have we heard anything on Booker?
On Booker, you talking about Jacobs? Jacobs. It's still kind of up in the air whether or not he's going to play. They haven't really they haven't said that he's out. They haven't said he's going to play. He looks like he's going to be a game time decision.
Yeah, which that bothers me. Hey, I get it. You're trying to win a game, but I am too. Yeah. So let's come off the knowledge. Enough, Gruden.
And Jalen
you
Richard,
selfish piece of trash. All you care about is winning for your multi-million-dollar franchise. I got to win this week. Okay?
That's true. I think a lot of us feel like you. A lot of us feel like you right now, Rocky.
Come on, Gruden.
He does need to win. I think Jalen Richard will be back this week too. And we've been pounding the table a little bit for Crowder. I think the last after the first 6 games, he just kind of fell off a cliff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this week,
you like him.
But this week,
I don't like him.
What?
The Jets have scored 6 touchdowns in 7 games.
My point.
What's your point?
Is that your point?
Yeah, that's his point.
So they're averaging less than one touchdown a game.
What does your hat say?
Whoa, just
Brixton Supply.
It's really Brexton Supply, but we're gonna
Brexton.
Hey,
we'll leave it.
How about we move on to the next game, the Saints Falcons?
Big game.
So I think that most people would expect below average production from the Falcons because of the fact that the New Orleans defense, except for the first 2 weeks of the season, have been amazing. They have really stopped everybody from scoring against them. But I actually kind of feel like this is a surprise game. I think Matt Ryan is going to do a little bit better than what we think.
Than Tay?
Well, not then. Like, I'm not comparing them. I think they're both startable quarterbacks this week, is what I would say. I think most people would say don't start Ryan, but he showed life last week. They looked really good against the Raiders. Their defense is coming around. It seems like they're getting healthy and they're starting to play stronger, which could keep them in the game longer, which could give them some short fields. I think that it's going to be an interesting game.
So with the Falcons, they're not saying it's the Falcons defense that's actually making the change. It's the change of the defensive coordinator.
Right.
That's making the change. So
yeah.
With that being said, I think the Falcons are probably going to play a little more balls. They're going to make it a lot harder for the Saints. And so your Thomas, I don't think he's playing this week. I could be wrong. He's playing this week.
Well,
he is.
This is the great thing about these games too. We already have a first game to kind of compare it to.
Yes.
And so in the last game, he was overrun really quickly. They could not stop the rush of New Orleans, but he was still 19 of 37 for 232 yards. But he was sacked 8 times.
Yes.
I think that Atlanta's gotten a little bit better on their line. They're going to give him a little bit more time. And those interceptions he threw in the first game will actually be touchdowns.
Well, I read something
touchdowns.
Today. Ryan hasn't had a top 10 week since week 6.
Yeah.
And you know what? I was big on the Ryan train, but that's a little alarming.
You're not on the train no more?
I mean,
they're looking better, and if Rocky's saying they're looking
as a team, they're looking better. But
right,
it's been more about their defense, honestly.
Yeah,
you're right. I agree.
Their rush defense from the beginning of the year, I think they're top 4.
Yeah,
against runners, their pass defense is a bit more susceptible, but yeah, I mean it's tough.
But here's the deal, though: the Falcons are 4-2 since switching their coaching.
They're playing well.
Yeah.
They're a good team.
So let's talk about. I want to get on that. What you're saying about they're about even. Tay, you would put him in because he didn't have a great game last.
Yes, you put him in because of his runs. That would be
that was it.
He's got
all he
4
had.
touchdowns in 2 games, right? As a startable.
Yes.
He actually played this game last time, and he looked pretty good. Actually, last time they played the Falcons, he actually threw really well too.
He threw really well. I think last week was more a symptom of they were playing a guy that was off the practice squad,
right?
Yes.
And
they didn't
being
need
a
to do
lot
much.
more conservative. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if he threw the ball around at all. On the flip side, Alvin Kamara, we talked about him earlier in the week. You got to be a little concerned. You got to
more than concerned.
You're going to start him.
But Murray killed it last week, and Murray looked really good.
I don't think it's happening this week either, though, against that defense.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that I wouldn't want to start. If you start anybody, I still think you start Kamara.
All right.
Because the passing game.
Yeah, and you hope he starts catching passes. Michael Thomas, you start him because he's Michael Thomas.
Same thing with Julio. Same thing with Ridley.
But Julio, I don't think is playing.
But they're not sure. They're
sure
just
yet.
again, they're not coming off the knowledge.
Wow.
So
We're going to find out last minute. What do you think about? Go ahead.
No.
I'm sorry.
I'll go for it, man. Speak your mind.
I just.
Don't bite your tongue.
It's tough.
I think Jared Cook is an interesting question this week. He hasn't looked good. He hasn't been a viable tight end. No. But I do think with the running defense of the Falcons and with the fact that if Taysom does start throwing, I think he is going to hit the underneaths a lot more. So it could open up something for Cook.
All right, so let's move on to the Broncos at the Chiefs. What do you?
Chiefs.
Let me ask you something. Just the natural reaction to getting their quarterback back. What do you guys think about this game?
I think I'd like hitting better than Locke.
Let's not even talk about the Chiefs. Forget the Chiefs.
We already
know with the Chiefs.
No difference.
So with the Broncos,
it's division rivalry, right? So it's always going to be, I think, a game because it's division. You know, the Chiefs are on all cylinders though right now.
I think the Chiefs blew them out the first time they met. It was like 42-16.
Yep.
I think the Chiefs are just trying to get in there and get out. They're trying to win the game. They're trying to keep pace.
They've definitely been playing that way.
They already embarrassed them early in the season, division rivalry and not. I don't, it's hard to, you're going to play all you guys from the Chiefs. I just don't think it's one of those days where they go nuts. I think
the Chiefs aren't going nuts.
No, and they could, because they're the Chiefs. But I'm just trying to read the tea leaves here. I think they're just trying to get in and get out. They're going to win this game easy. I don't think the Broncos could really play with them at all.
No.
The Broncos scored 16 points last time, but they did have over 400 yards in offense. So, there's a potential there for, the Patricks and Judy to get some yardage, get some catches there, and especially since they're going to be down most of the game. I don't like Locke, obviously. Lindsey's banged up. He might not play, so Gordon's in line for more work. So if you got these guys on your roster and you need to stick one of them in your flex, I don't hate it just because of the game script and they're going to have to play from behind. But, I'm not banging the door to start any of these guys if you have a better option.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. So if we're looking at the Chiefs side, it's a no-brainers with everyone?
Yeah, it's no-brainer. Yeah, I think Mahomes is probably
Kelsey?
The top QB on the slate this week, and Kelsey's probably the top tight end, and Tyreek Hill is probably the top 5.
Well, for sure. After
you
last
can't not
week's game.
start them, and you just hope that the game is close enough to where they actually play the whole game and not get conservative.
You're going to play Hilaire, too, if you have him. I mean, you might not play him RB1, RB2, but you're going to play him at your flex if you have him.
Right. Because he's going to get that much. They're going to do that well.
I just think, the offense, I mean, I think they've went over 400 yards in 8 of their games this year. I mean, there's just
all right.
There's no reason not to start anybody on the team.
Yep.
That's an easy one, no-brainer.
Let's go to the Colts versus the Texans. Interesting game. What do you think about this, Delano?
Very interesting game. If I can do a real quick coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, yeah.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda started Deshaun Watson this week. That man balled out.
Somebody, wait.
Don't do it.
Trying to go.
Don't do it.
Way back. Somebody said.
Don't do it to me.
Somebody rewind that show. Somebody said, start Deshaun. It was me. I think.
Hey, the rookie made another bad mistake.
Yeah, you got throttled by Antone.
Don't do this. Don't do
Antone
this.
was sitting in a Culver's.
Just play it.
I mean, I made every wrong choice a middle-aged man can make.
Antone was sitting in a Culver's, barely looking at his lineup, and he
beat me.
Doubled you.
So if you guys are wondering, I got waxed.
Yeah, he almost doubled you. That was another. Hey, I can't.
You could please say it.
That's another black on black crime. Right
it
there.
was.
That's what I was going to say.
It was a black on black crime. He worked me. I don't think I've ever had that few of points in a fin. I got
doubled
worked
up.
Guys, I've been pretty good this season. This last
sitting
game,
there with his mixers, concrete
this man
mixer,
is going to Sizzlers, Golden Corral, and Culver's for dessert. That's how bad I got beat. But with that being said, I left Deshaun Watson on my bench. He scored 33 points.
Yeah, it would have been a game right there.
And that probably could have won me the game.
There you go.
So looking at the game, I'm going to say for sure the Colts are okay. They're not doing bad, but looking at how Texans have been playing, Deshaun Watson is definitely who you should start this week.
Yeah, and every week.
And every week. You think so?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
You think so, Phil?
Yes.
No matter what?
And I think
yes.
I think the Colts are misleading.
Who should you not start him against?
Who I wouldn't start him against?
Well, who would you start over him at quarterback?
Well, no, I want to know.
I mean, to be honest, if I'm going to, I would start.
Yeah, I know you're going to say.
Come on. Why wouldn't I?
Can you get a little romance?
I've had 2 games where he didn't produce for me out of the entire season.
You know who it is.
Come on, man. Why you asking questions?
Oh, Mr. Unlimited.
Oh, it's unlimited. Mr. Unlimited.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we're gonna see him. We're gonna see him this week.
Does your wife know about your fixation on Russell?
She does, but she gave me a pass because she's got her own.
That's your what? That's your hall pass.
So, anyways,
who are you rooting for this week?
we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We will definitely get to that. What do you guys think about the Colts and the Texans?
I think I do start Deshaun Watson. All joking aside, I also think that Rivers is a decent start if you need a quarterback.
He's solid. Yep.
Running back, we think Jonathan Taylor's coming back, but we don't know. And that's just a messy, dirty backfield. And until we know more, I don't know that I start any of them unless you're desperate.
I think you can start Hines.
Yeah.
Yes.
I start Hines.
He knows what he's talking about with just that one.
I start Hines if
Means
I'm
a lot
desperate for
coming
running
from you.
back. You know? Like, I don't, like if I got Robinson or Hines, who you starting?
In your flex? Yeah, well, Robinson with Trubisky back.
Yes.
Yeah, start.
Yeah,
are you talking about James Robinson?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah, I'm like, what you talking about right now?
Well, because
I mean,
I'm
we're
thinking
not on the Bears
flex.
yet.
I'm thinking flex.
Well, who do you start? Do you start Hunt or Hines?
Hines.
I start Hines.
See, I
Hines.
think that's where you're a little crazy.
Oh,
I don't think so.
Okay.
What?
All right. Okay. Anyways. I think I've been right more
Blowing
than
me
you
a
guys.
kiss?
but-
Hey, we'll find out. We'll find out. I don't really agree with Phil much, but I would. I think he knows what he's talking about with the Hines right now.
Well, whenever he agrees with me, makes me second guess what I'm saying.
Wait, what? This guy.
All
Just
right.
gotta reevaluate.
How about we move on? Let's go to one of the oldest rivalries.
Say
You
that
got
again.
this one more time.
Roll R.
Looks like that cold brew's getting to you.
Yeah. Anyways, Lions versus Bears. Been around forever. Both teams. Great history.
It's important.
I think this is going to be an interesting game, but I think that the Bears are going to win. And I think I'm okay with starting David Montgomery.
Yes.
Again, a lot of touches. He actually produced last week, not only in the run game, but also in the receiving game. Looked really good, honestly. I like Mitchell Trubisky in this game.
Oh, you like Trubisky?
too.
Yeah, I do. I like the biscuit. Seabiscuit.
Every game he started this year, he's been a top 10 quarterback. So
Yeah.
it's not. I mean,
But
we're
the
not talking
Lions-
about whether you like him.
No,
the
I'm
Lions
talking
are
about the Lions.
terrible.
No, I mean, this is a rival game,
First
is
of
it
all,
not?
I like him because he's from
Stop it.
Cleveland.
Stop it.
Trubisky's a good Cleveland kid, so we like him.
Oh, that's the only reason you're going with the biscuit?
Not me.
Let's hear what you got to say.
Like I said, he's been a top 10 quarterback every game
time
he
he
starts.
Yeah, but we're playing the Lions.
The Lions are terrible. They're the
It
worst
doesn't
pass
matter.
defense.
Okay,
It
that's
does
just like
matter.
that's just like saying
It's
the
like when-
Giants playing the Eagles.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
rival.
You guys
If
gave
it's
up a
in
lot
the
of
rival,
points to the Cowboys, but you're a much better team.
Yeah. Come on now, you can't
Yeah,
throw them
but
out
at
like
that
that.
time of the season, we weren't as good as we are now.
I would say,
So you think those guys, they're just going to be better?
yeah.
You have
I
the
do believe that.
caveat of
I do believe that. I
the
do.
coach getting
I do.
fired,
Yeah.
but not just for the.
But that could help.
It could help. That could help.
Yeah, that could help because
Now we're talking narrative, though.
Yeah.
But
I would say
I'm talking rival teams. These guys see each other
well,
more times than
I'm starting Trubisky.
yes,
I'm starting Montgomery. I'm starting Allen Robinson.
Sure.
I maybe even am starting the tight end.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit, is it Jimmy Graham? Is it Trey Burton? Like, who is exactly?
Well, this is Trey Burton's on the Colts.
Oh, yeah.
But what's great about that is
Good
you
catch.
talk about Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
But what's good about this game, if you're playing daily, all of these Bears players are underpriced.
Yeah.
Just because of how bad the offense has been.
Yeah.
And they're super low price, but I mean they're all in a great spot. Like you said, Montgomery's in a great spot here.
Yeah,
Cole Kmet is like under $3,000, and this guy he outsnapped Jimmy Graham by almost double last week. He's the number one tight end.
Well, and Trubisky's issue is interceptions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not lack of scoring. In fact, in the first game, Detroit was up by a lot, and then Trubisky had an amazing third and fourth quarter, threw 3 touchdowns and won the game.
And he gets you.
Well, I just want to throw this out there.
Go for it.
This is a pretty big rival game. The only reason.
Yeah, but they both suck, though. It doesn't matter.
Come on. Matthew lost by 1 touchdown at the end of the game because your boy Swift couldn't bring the ball in.
Okay, so let's talk about Swift.
Go ahead.
Good segue.
Mm-hmm.
If he's
Bro,
healthy,
you're crazy.
If he's healthy, I'm starting Swift. Not only because of his running, but because of his passing. In the passing game, that's what really makes him a solid fantasy option. He's caught 31 passes for 275 yards and 2 TDs, 2 touchdowns.
2 what?
2 I like that. Bring it back.
2 touchdowns.
It sounds natural to me.
Just go with the TDs.
Just roll with it. That's what that was.
Just do it. It was natural.
2 touchdowns.
It's not your head, your heart.
Yeah. So, and I don't know if you guys heard, but what AP said about him?
Yeah.
When they said that they're starting to mix Swift into the starting lineup as more of the guy, AP said, I was wondering when this would happen. He's a special kid.
Nice.
So Swift is a good kid. I would start him. I would not start Stafford. I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm concerned about Stafford's
his thumb.
Something's not right. He looked bad last week.
Yeah.
You know, it could be a weather game. Is it in Detroit or?
But would you say
Chicago?
that though?
Chicago.
I have to. Would you say that though? He didn't have a great game, but he came back fourth quarter with. I mean, the ball was in the hands. The guy couldn't bring it in, and that's why they lost.
Well, you're trying, and it was Swift actually that lost the game.
He did lose the game for him. So
yeah, but I would still say I don't
still start him.
I don't like Stafford this week. All right, let's move on because we are
go Washington Steelers, and we're gonna just kind of glaze over this because we might actually have the chance to talk about it again before the game is played. But we kind of got an idea what's happening here, but we're not sure. Things could change.
Well, could be an outbreak. We don't know who exactly is going to be starting.
It could be pushed again, yeah. But I mean, just on the surface, this is a tough matchup for both offenses. Both of these defenses rank pretty high in every category. Both against the run, against the pass, against the QB. If you just look all across the board, it's tough matchups. I do like Deontay Johnson in this game, and Terry McLaurin, and that's probably about it. I don't love Gibson in this game. Pittsburgh #1 against the run and yardage and fantasy points. I just think it's going to be a tough game. If you have him, and you don't have a better option, obviously you're going to start him.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason you don't start him is if you got Kamara and Hunt or Kamara and Chubb and Robinson.
Yeah.
Like, I think he deserves.
It's tough,
to
but there's such a good defense. But I mean, like I said, we'll touch back on this game probably maybe on Monday because they're not scheduled to play till Tuesday, right?
Right.
Yep.
So we'll be able to talk about this again, and then we'll move on to the next game, which is
The Rams
and the Cards.
Cardinals.
Rams and the Cardinals.
Yeah, I think we're going to be picking this game later, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Rams are good defense, man.
They are against a pretty good offense.
Yeah,
Now.
good
But
offense,
from what I'm hearing is Kyler Murray needs to start using that arm a little more.
He needs to grow a couple inches.
Well, come on now. I think he's hit his limit.
I mean,
He's not going nowhere.
They haven't been great.
They haven't been. I tell you who's been great. Kenyon Drake.
Drake.
Yeah,
Kenyon
we talked
Drake.
about that.
Yeah, he's been great.
Goddamn Drake.
I think Murray, I would consider not starting him this week, and I don't often say that. I think his shoulder injury is making him very cautious to run, and I think he needs to run to be a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah, because he's not throwing the ball from the pocket and picking people apart. That's
Well, his
sure.
receivers, you look at his receivers, he's got Hopkins and
Larry.
Kirk and Larry. Larry may not play because he's actually has COVID.
Yeah.
Kirk and Hopkins, they're not the speediest guys, so there's not as much separation, and their defense is a little bit scary to me.
Defensive suspect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a sus D. So you
The
guys
Rams,
are going.
I like Robert
Yes.
Woods, even though Patrick Peterson's going to shadow him. Last year, the 2 matchups, he had 28 targets. First matchup, he had like 13 catches, 170 yards. Second game, he had like 60-something yards, 7 catches, and a touchdown.
Oh, how do you know all this, bro?
What do you mean? I read.
I don't do this to me. You're making me look silly out here. I mean, all these numbers. Man. Golly. Continue.
What do you do? I like Josh Reynolds, too, in this game. I like all the receivers. I think the Rams are going to roll. I don't think the Cards are that good. They're 1-3 in their last 4, and that one game they won was on a Hail Mary at the end of the game. I don't love them. I don't think they're a good team.
So you think the Patriots work them in a way where you're making the decision you're making
I just
now?
don't think they're good. They haven't been good. They should be 0-4 in their last 4 games.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go to the Bengals Dolphins. Man, the Bengals are a dumpster fire. I don't know who you start. I don't have faith. T. Higgins caught a touchdown.
It was garbage time, but
It
yeah.
was garbage time.
What about
and,
Allen? No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
and without that garbage touchdown, T. Higgins was not even top 20,
Garbage
25. Yeah. So I don't have faith that it could be Boyd that catches a touchdown this week. It could be T. Higgins. We don't know. It could be their tight end. I don't like anything I see at their running back position right now. Giovanni Bernard is okay, and that's about it. Mixon is definitely not going to be playing. Samaje Perine might be coming back. He
No,
might
thank
not
you.
be coming back.
Oh, thank you.
So there's no one on the Bengals I would start. And oddly, and I can't believe I'm saying this,
It's your magic. Go ahead, say it.
the Bengals, whose defense struggled the last 4 games, has actually held teams to below 20 points, I believe.
Yeah.
So they are actually improving as their offense is getting worse. And I don't know who I really love with the Dolphins.
I got a name
Yes,
for
I
you.
got them all. I got them all. Parker, you want to start him?
No, don't start Parker. I wouldn't start Parker.
Against the Bengals?
I would maybe start Parker.
Against the Bengals
Maybe.
this game?
Their top corner is a lockdown corner, and his name is escaping me right now, but he's a really good corner.
Yes.
Darius
And he-
Slayton, who you started last week, what did he have?
Nothing.
Nothing. Who
Nothing.
was shadowing him? Their
Heard
top
that,
corner.
boss. Yeah.
Their second
But-
their second corner,
Would you say
is
Parker
ranked
is
less
better
than
than Slayton?
even if he is.
I mean, I
He's
hear
been-
what you're saying. I get it.
He's been good all year. I think their second corner, and I forget their names, but their corner that plays the X receiver, he is ranked the worst in the league
Yeah.
as far as fantasy points per coverage snap.
Yeah.
So I actually like to pivot to Akeem Grant if he plays.
Yeah, I can see that. My fear is who is starting at quarterback.
I think Fitzmagic is going quarterback this game.
So the Dolphins have got an interesting dilemma.
He had a great game.
Yeah, he did. He had a good game, and we know what we get from him. He also had the interception that cost him the game the week before.
Right.
If you're playing for the playoffs, then you need to start Ryan.
Yeah.
If you're trying to develop your young quarterback, then you need to start Tua. And I don't know that they know what they're doing.
I mean, with the record that they have now, you would only be trying to go for the playoffs.
You would think so, yes.
I think you have to. I mean, you don't know when you're going to be
In
in that position again. Yeah.
Well, they're playing a last place record.
And we are
schedule.
talking the Dolphins, guys.
Yeah.
We are talking the Dolphins.
Dolphins
They
are a
haven't been
good
here in
team.
forever. And I think Fitzpatrick is going to be playing. He played great last week. Parker got a lot of receptions last week.
This is predicated on Fitzpatrick playing. What I was saying.
Yeah.
I just think Parker has a tough matchup, and I think he's a good receiver, talented. I love Parker. I have him on 3 of my teams, but I just I haven't seen him win against a lot of really good corners.
Yeah, I think he's great at taking what's given to him. I don't think he's the guy
playmaker.
Like when I say I don't know that he's a true number one.
He's an awesome number 2.
Yes,
is what
he's a really solid, good receiver. But I don't know that he's a pure number one
that you play against.
So you wouldn't start him this week?
I wouldn't start him this week.
I agree with him on Cincinnati's corner.
Right, but if
and I can't remember his name.
If the game that he played last week, you don't think they would just put him, dump him, give him a lot of progression, a lot of work.
I mean,
this
that's
week?
not his route running. Like his routes are more,
inside quick.
No, I mean I don't really think that. I think he kind of hits those more moderate.
Yeah, he's
not a slot guy. They don't normally use him as a slot. So I think if they did, maybe, but going deep, I think he's going to be shut down.
The boy going to be locked up this week. That's what we trying to say. They going to lie. He going to lie. Put him in jail.
Don't start Parker is what they say.
The thing about him is he isn't a receiver that out muscles for the ball.
Okay.
Like some receivers.
Gotcha.
He's more of a finesse guy to me.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go to the next Bills versus 49ers.
Bills versus 49ers. We need, this is a tough one for me.
Josh.
I love Josh Allen. I love the Bills. I love their offense. But this 49ers defense, guess what? They're the Pittsburgh Steelers in the NFC. They got Sherman back last week. Their other corner, Verrett, has been playing lights out. Sherman came back, caught a pick. I like Cole Beasley.
Yeah, I do too.
Because their slot corner is terrible. He's actually the worst slot corner in the league on a snap basis. He's given up, I think, the same thing as the other guy, about a half point per snap that a guy's running around on him. So that means every 2 plays he's out on a route, he's giving up a fantasy point. He's giving up a catch.
I mean, you don't know that.
I do know that.
I just had to do
those
that.
Those are the numbers.
I know you know.
But the other 2 guys, yeah, I mean, you're going to have Sherman and Verrett locked up on Diggs, and Brown is out. So you got the other kid, what's his name? Gabe Davis.
Yeah.
Who actually like going forward. But yeah, this game is a tough matchup for the Bills, and they're on the road. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, obviously you start Diggs. I think you can pivot out of Allen. I think in this game, if you have another quarterback that's in a better matchup.
Yeah, Allen's got some tough matchups here.
Yeah,
to end the season with.
So what did you say about the 49ers and their players?
I like Raheem Mostert.
I like Raheem Mostert.
I was going to mention him. That's the only player I was going to mention on the team.
Only thing I don't like is if Tevin Smith does come back, there's some room.
Tevin Coleman.
Yeah, Smith. Who's Smith? It's like Tevin Smith. Anyways, if he comes back, I'm a little bit concerned because he does tend to take some. Raheem is not hasn't proven, and they haven't proven that they want to use him every down. But man, does he do a lot with the touches he gets.
He's been a top 25 back every game he's played this year. So
Yep.
Yeah, I think you start him. Mm-hmm. McKinnon's out of the picture. And if Coleman's back, maybe you consider him. But I love Debo.
I like
Debo's
Debo
a great player. I like Ayuk.
The 2 games in his career that Debo's been healthy, I love him. But he struggles to keep healthy.
You said what were we saying about Ayuk though?
Ayuk's coming back, I think.
Coming back.
Ayuk?
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna go ahead to the. Come on now. This is the only game
this is what
matters.
I want to talk about. Who are you rooting for?
Well, don't do that. Can I get to the game first?
Your team or your man crush?
Oh man, hold on. I like the team too.
Relax.
Okay, heard. Next game we're gonna talk about is the Giants and the Seahawks. You already know, guys, that
yeah.
This is gonna be tough. It's tough for me, but I have to be blood in, blood out. Can't go against. I don't even care how pretty.
I don't know
the
what you're saying.
The 31-year-old or is it 30-year-old Russell Wilson that just turned.
Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just giving him a happy birthday, Russell. Russell, happy birthday. I hope you had a great birthday. I hope Sierra, you know what I'm saying, gave you the goodies.
He's getting a little. He's getting a little emotional.
Hey,
your chest sweat?
Just a little.
Give me a moment. Emotional.
Give me a moment, guys. Let me get into this. Russell, I hope you had a great birthday.
How many bourbons you had?
I only had a glass. One moment. Yeah. Can I get through this birthday?
No.
Okay. Anyways, Giants, Seahawks, guys. We're gonna go with. Right now, we all know that Danny Dimes is out with a hamstring injury.
Not for sure yet. You
think he's gonna play?
Oh, I'm just saying it's not for sure.
It's not for sure.
I hope he plays.
Well, he needs to play this game. Yeah. I don't think he can.
I hope he plays. I hope he gets injured enough to where he can't play against the Browns.
This just went south.
I'm serious.
I hope he doesn't play. And I tell you what, Colt McCoy, journeyman,
terrible.
He looked terrible, but he came in the third quarter. It wasn't the game plan for him. He played in 2018 before he broke his leg. He had 5 touchdowns in 3 games. He averaged 296 yards a game.
Back in
so just put that in your mind. That was 2 years ago.
2 years.
2 years ago.
And the playground, I threw 15 It doesn't
matter. Here we go. Al Bundy
again.
I see what he's doing. 4 touchdowns. Full tie, right?
Doesn't matter, Phil.
It doesn't matter.
All right. Who do you start in this game?
Oh, man. So if I'm looking at the Seahawks, and I'm going to do this, I'm sorry, Phil. Looking at the Giants and who they possibly may have. As far as the tight end, I feel like, the Giants. The Giants tight end, I want to speak on that first.
Okay.
It's a hit and miss. As many good things as he does that many things bad. And I'm talking about Evan Ingram.
Doesn't seem to like to hold on to the ball. He seems to.
I don't know what it is.
He had a big game last week, so
he
didn't really matter.
But there's a but with that.
If we're talking about football, yeah. If we're talking about fantasy,
we're talking about fantasy.
Seahawks pass defense is terrible.
When he catches the ball, though, it looks like he's like deciding: Do I want
to hold it?
True. As long as he comes down,
do I want to hold it, or do I want to just drop this ball? Right. Okay.
I start Gallman. I feel good about starting Gallman against the Seahawks defense.
Yes.
I think the receivers are in play. I like Sterling. To be honest,
I heard a stat today. Sterling he averages 8 targets a game for the last 4 years.
Yeah, every week.
He's the only receiver.
He's consistent. That's why I like him. I hope they don't do nothing with him. I hope he stays on the team. Just
here's a surprise. Here's a surprise for you guys. You know who I'm not starting?
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I mean, you got to start. But if I'm choosing between the two, I think Lockett. This is Lockett's week. If somebody's going to have a week, I think DK Metcalf is getting locked up.
Yep.
Bradbury is top 3 corner in the league, and guess what? He played him last year.
Yes.
And you know what Metcalf's numbers were? 1 catch for 17 yards.
Metcalf is another guy who doesn't outmuscle for as big as he is. Yeah. He does not outmuscle that.
But I'll tell you one thing: he'll take a hit and you bounce off him. though.
That's fine.
I got Lockett, so I'm okay with certain Lockett.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I think I like Lockett.
What else you think?
I don't know that I want to hear what you think. What do you think about Chris Carson that you benched this week?
I'm gonna tell you right now. He didn't do too much for me last week. I haven't.
Well, no, you had him on the bench.
Well, I mean, okay, fair, but how many points?
He scored more than both of your other running backs that you started.
No, that's not true.
That is true.
Trend.
Grab your phone, look at it.
Hold on, let me grab my phone and look at it, guys.
And we'll talk amongst ourselves.
Go ahead, talk amongst
yourselves.
yourselves.
Do that.
Can we move on to the next game? Because
no, I got to prove him.
We got to make sure he knows what he's talking about.
Told him to start Carson last week, did we not?
No, you didn't.
Yes, we did.
All right, maybe he did.
You know what? Not only did we, but you were all over him.
I was, but I'm gonna tell you right now, he's been doing me. Let it load. He's been doing me a little disservice this entire season. I'm not a fan right now. I'm not a fan. No, he was hurt.
Get those squirrels going.
He's got the Obama
squirrels. Dang. Wait. What? Dang. 105.18 to 64.
That's painful. That's doubling up.
I didn't want to tell them what happened, but I mean it's inevitable. Let's see here. As it's loading, move on. We'll get back to it.
I do like Russell Wilson this week, though.
Do you?
Let's go. The Jacksonville Jaguars. Let me tell you what.
Yeah, tell me.
They're playing the Vikings.
They are.
They played, they just ran into the buzzsaw that is the Cleveland Browns football team.
Let's not do this.
They're probably injured. They're probably demoralized. They don't know how to feel about themselves. They probably had to get hugs from their mother this week. They got dealt with by the Cleveland Browns.
You talking about the Jags?
The Jags.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I knew they were going to get dealt with.
Yeah.
You guys didn't, but
No. We didn't pick the points.
Okay, but
we beat you in that game. But
okay, fair.
All right,
and he's right.
Jacksonville.
I put Edmonds in, and he got me 8.3, and Carson hit me with a good 13.
Jacksonville. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I don't even have to check.
Hey, get out of here, man.
James Robinson. I start him. I don't care.
Yes, of course.
I'll
probably start Mike Glennon.
What y'all gonna do with Delvin Cook though? Y'all not gonna start him?
Give me a reason not to start him.
I'll give you a reason. All joking aside, Mike Glennon played the Browns last week. So
who's he playing this week?
He's not that good.
Who's he playing this week?
Minnesota's defense is up and coming. They are improving every game.
What do you think about that?
Let's put that one up. We'll remember that one. I got Mike Glennon going for over 200, 2 touchdowns.
Ooh.
All right. I start
Vikings defense.
Remember that, guys.
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I like Kirk.
I mean, if you got Cousins, Cousins, it's time to start being a little bit better about him. He's averaging yardage. He's thrown touchdowns. He's had a good 4-game stretch. I start him.
It sounds like you're talking about the Browns against the Jags again right now. What do you think?
Jags they play everybody close. They had one game that was an aberration against the Steelers, which you throw out. Mm-hmm. They had a weird game against the Dolphins, but every other game was decided by 8 points or less.
Yes, I agree. So sorry, Steve.
Thielen, Jefferson.
Yeah.
Start both of them.
Thielen's coming back.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's back.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think I'd do the same. We're going to go ahead and move to the Cowboys and the Ravens.
Yeah, we were supposed to have America's fantasy fan here on the show, but
yeah, he didn't show up.
He didn't show up.
Yeah.
So his cowboy hat and his
his lasso,
his
chaps,
his chaps
are in the corner waiting for him.
He didn't fill out the chaps, is what I heard.
Oh.
So anyway, this game is kind of the same deal with the Steelers game and the Steelers-Washington game. We kind of don't know what's going to happen, who else is going to be out and inactive. So just on a surface level, this Cowboys defense has been thrown against the 5th least in the league, and they've given up, I think, the most touchdowns.
Yeah.
So this is a day where you could, feel good about. I mean, you're going to start with Lamar Jackson anyway. But I feel pretty good about Brown. I'd feel good about even Des Bryant, maybe, if you were desperate.
He feels good about Des Bryant. He feels good about...
Des Bryant, I like him.
J.K. Dobbins. I like Des Bryant,
J.K.
too.
Dobbins, what you feel good about?
I'm so happy when Dallas got rid of him so I could really like him because when he was there, I hated him. But J.K. Dobbins, he'll be back, and J.K. Dobbins has become the top back before the COVID thing happened.
Yep. Gus didn't have a great game last week, the Gus Bus.
No, Gus Bus. Yeah, Gus Bus is...
It was against the Steelers.
Yeah. Just on the surface level, as far as the Cowboys, you maybe start Cooper. I'm not crazy about starting Elliott. I'd consider
Elliott.
Pollard.
I have to start Elliott this week.
Don't have to start him.
I heard that. I heard that you should probably.
I don't know I should. I know that I have to.
But why?
Yeah. The next guy I got in the bench is Mark Ingram.
Yeah, that's on the opposing team.
He might get some
no.
Goal line touches.
He's not. We talking about Mark Ingram?
Yeah,
he's definitely not.
Trust?
I'm sorry, guys.
Trust?
Yeah, trust that he's not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Big trust that he's not gonna get in the end zone. Sorry, Mark. I had you picked and you didn't do anything for me for the past season.
All right, so from the Cowboys, we'll move on to the other terrible team in the NFC East, the Eagles at Green Bay.
And this is a good game. I think this is going to be
not a good game.
You don't think
go
so?
Ahead. No.
Why not? You think the Green Bay Packers are going to slaughter them?
I think Carson Wentz is the only coming into the season. He's the only starting cornerback standing right now, and he's still the worst quarterback in the division.
Well said. Usually, I don't agree with him much.
Although we are hearing rumors of Hurts taking more and more first team reps in practice, so.
Yeah, it's Thursday. We're recording this Thursday. Just a little peek behind the curtain. And we haven't heard anything about him starting. So
everything he says sounds dirty.
I would assume. Well, come on.
A little peek behind the curtain.
I would assume that he's starting the game, and maybe you get Hurts in.
I just want to get a little peek behind the curtain.
But you're not starting Hurts on a whim, hoping that he might get plugged into the game.
No, I'm just saying that Wentz might, if he has a bad start, he might be replaced a little bit quicker.
That's true. Just don't start Wentz.
Bump Wentz. Let's get to Aaron Rodgers because we already know. Start that man.
If I were starting an NFL team today,
okay, go ahead. Let me hear.
And I could choose one quarterback.
Don't do this. Don't do it.
I would choose Aaron Rodgers.
Wow. Why?
He's tall. He's strong.
What else?
Good movement.
He's durable.
Jawline.
He's durable.
Ruddy complexion.
He's just only saying that because he has Allstate.
I like his commercials.
Nah,
like
there
gruff?
It is.
Like the gruff on the face.
It's not Allstate. Is it Allstate? He does Allstate, right?
He's good looking. It's a total package.
Am I right? He does Allstate commercials, right?
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah, I think that's the only reason you're choosing him.
You start him. You start Adams.
Yes.
Do you start the running backs?
I think you start the tight end. I think you start Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tanyan.
Yeah.
Do you start Miles Sanders?
Ooh, I would say yes.
I think you have to. I mean, the thing is, he's got the yips, man. He keeps dropping the ball. They're not handing the ball. He touched the ball 6 times in that game.
Yeah.
But Zach Ertz is back. And, we're not crazy about Ertz, but the last time they played together, they both had about 8 targets.
Yeah.
So I think you can start both of them if he comes back. There's nobody else good to throw to on the team.
I like Dallas Goedert. Yeah, I mean, I think
I'm saying you can start. Yeah, I picked Goddard out of the 2, but I think you can start Ertz and feel confident that he's going to get a decent amount of targets.
All right, I think that does it. And so we are going to go live to our Culvers in Upper Delaware. Yep. And to our
he's still in Culver's? I thought he was at Arby's.
No. Whoa.
Ponderosa? Where'd he go?
Whoa, why are you going to do this? You going to do this to him?
He's a beef and cheddar guy.
What about he's going to get you when he come back.
Which steak place were you talking about?
Sizzler in Golden Corral. So hold on, I should be on y'all team. He beat me this week. Hey, yeah, man. Hey,
he did more than beat you.
Guys.
So, all right.
He bent me over, guys, and
wow.
Gave me the old plunger, if you know what I mean.
All right, let's go to our sideline reporter, the famous Antone Davis.
The plunger man.
All right, everybody. Just got a few updates with you with injury report for this week. Got quite a few guys still out, some questionable. With Atlanta, you still got Julio Jones and Gurley out. They are questionable this week. Coach is hoping they can play, but still not sure they will be able to be there. The Lions, Galladay is out for the Detroit Lions. The Raiders, Josh Jacobs. Boy, there's going to be some production loss there. Josh Jacobs is out with an ankle. Also with the Giants, you have Daniel Jones is out with a hamstring. He's going to be replaced by Colt McCoy, so there will probably be a little bit of drop-off there, as if the Giants can afford any more drop-off. With the Packers, Randall Cobb has turf toe. I know sometimes that seems like a mild thing, but that could be a really significant injury for a lot of players. Now, one thing I do have to say, Denver Broncos, can we get a designated survivor next time? Can you set aside one guy that will not get COVID and ruin your entire room? So you don't have to go to Walmart, look for the nearest cashier and say, can you please throw a football for me, right? So the Denver Broncos winds up getting a quarterback. God bless his soul. The kid throws for 13, I believe, for 9 yards. I think we can do better than that, but more importantly, follow the protocols, guys. Don't lose your entire room to COVID next time. And last but not least, Will Fuller, out for performance-enhancing drugs. Not an injury, but definitely out, definitely lost production. 8 touchdowns in the last 9 games. A lot of production is going to be lost there. A lot going on, guys. Make sure you pay attention to these injuries, and also make sure you pay attention to who's losing players due to COVID. That's it for this week's injury report.
All right. We want to thank Antone. I think next week we need to have an intro just for Antone, like I do. And by the way, I got to ask you a question.
Yeah, go for it.
Because you passed by me. Did you water the strawberries on your way by me? Did you?
What do you mean?
The old crop
duster.
The old crop duster.
No, I did not.
Something that was.
Well, I didn't go in there to poop, so.
Oh, wow.
Did you smell something?
Yeah, it was derogatory.
No, I did not. Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
Derogatory.
All right. We're going to go on to our next section.
I don't like how you did that. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
It's game time.
So we're talking about picks. All right, you got Anton's picks?
I do. I got Antone.
Nobody has my pick, so I'm going to make them on the fly.
Well, we're all making them on the fly, but yeah.
We know you make them on the fly. Last week, Phil and I were 3-1. I took over the first place with 11-5 record.
Who did you overcome with the first place?
Yeah, you.
Okay, I just want to make that known.
Trending down. You're 10-6.
Trending down.
2-2. Phil is in third now at 9-7.
Where he belongs.
And Antone is bringing up the rear.
Yes, where he belongs.
Yes.
5-3.
I agree with that.
2-2 last week. So,
all right, let's get it going.
Okay, so are you going to read off his picks first?
Yeah. You know what? Let's do game by game. And these are hard games to pick.
They are. That's why I got to do mine live and on the fly.
All right, so game one is the Browns +6 at the Titans. So what do you think, Delano?
Go ahead. Why are you coming over here?
No, because I want to go to you first.
What's the game again?
You didn't hear me.
No, I didn't.
The Browns at the Titans. The Browns are...
The Browns and the Titans?
The Browns are getting 6 points.
All right. If I subtract 3 points from the 6, carry the 1.
Pretty sure he called you Delano.
He did, and I'm going to let it slide. I didn't want to jump on that, but you had to. I'm going to... Whoa. Let's pause. We're going to go with the Browns. I'm going to say... this is a good one. None of these games are good. I'm going to say
You don't got to say anything about the Browns.
Man. No, I know you don't want that, but this is tough because I don't want to make that call and lose this because I'm in second place and I don't want Phil to overcome me. Let's go with the Titans. I'm going to go with the Titans, and they're going to do it.
All right, Phil, what do you got, bud? It's a tough game. 6 points.
It is a tough game, bro.
Yeah.
I will say the Browns will cover.
I think you did that in spite of me.
No, not at all. I'm not even thinking.
Don't worry.
about
You'll be in third place next week. Go ahead. Don't do it. Don't do it. Whatever you do.
I'm rubbing the elf, and the Browns are going to cover this week.
I
you know
think
what?
so, too.
You know what? I think the Browns may win outright. I think it's their time to exert.
I don't
that
agree.
They're
with,
a good team
I don't agree with that.
Against the Titans?
against the Titans.
Ooh.
Right. Let's go. What's
right.
next?
All right, what's Tone's pick?
Titans.
He took the
Yes,
Titans.
Tone, you know what you talking about, boss. Must be that Sizzlers.
Okay, so we'll go to our second game. It's the Giants, the G-Men.
I'm going to let you have that first. Go ahead and give your pick.
Delano's favorite team, Seattle, and the Giants are getting 10.
Did he really
Yeah, that's
just
a
do
lot
that?
That's a lot of points.
A lot of points.
Did he just do that?
I'll go, Rocky. What do you think, Rocky?
You're going next.
I'm going to go Giants because the Seahawks play their opponents close. 10
And that
points.
defense,
The only thing that I'm afraid of is I think Colt McCoy is a wreck. But I'm still going to go the Giants.
You're next, boss.
No,
You got
I'm
this.
introducing it, so you go.
Oh, wow.
Antone chose Seattle.
He did. I'm going the Giants. I have no choice. I already know Phil. He went last because he wants to go with the Seahawks, so you can go ahead and write that in now.
All right. No, I'm going to go with the Giants as well for the same reasons.
Hmm.
Yeah. The defense is good. The Seahawks have been up and down.
Yeah.
I don't see why they would beat the Giants by 10 points, even if Jones doesn't play.
Russell Wilson, we got a notification he had too good of a time with Sierra on his
During
birthday,
his birthday?
party.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe having a little
Yeah.
bit of a...
It's kind of like going to Miami right before the playoffs.
Yeah, his head's a
heard.
little cloudy.
I got you.
All right. The Philadelphia Eagles, a.k.a. the team that drafted Tone, a.k.a. the Philadelphia Eagles,
Yeah.
at the Packers. The Eagles are getting 8.5 points. What do we think about this?
I could not. I wish this was, I could put a little like question mark. That's a toughie. Go ahead, Rocky.
Antone chose the Packers.
That's weird. That's actually kind of weird if you think
because
about it.
He's choosing them to put a beating on
You're gonna mollywop
Eagles.
them.
Yeah.
On his own team.
I'm having a hard time with that because, again, the Eagles have played teams tough. They played the Steelers tough. They played the
Yes.
Cowboys tough.
Yep.
They played the Browns tough. They played the Giants tough.
It's tough.
8.5 points is a lot of points. But that being said, I'm going to choose the Packers.
Wow, you really just came to a realization in that moment. I can't. No, you're going. This time I got to give you that one.
So, I will go with the Packers as well. The Eagles are a mess, man. Their quarterback is bad.
Yeah, I think.
And this is not hyperbole. He's bad. I watched his game film. He's bad. He's missing guys. His mechanics are terrible. He's going to throw at least one pick in this game.
This is
The coach doesn't know how to call plays. They're a mess. He's going to get fired. Wentz is not going to.
Wow.
They're bad.
This is
We're
the
going to
only-
what is the Eagles season looking like
This
for
is
the rest
the
of the year?
only game in the NFL where the team gets better if they bench the starting quarterback.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's true.
He's bad.
You're right, but guess what? They don't have Nick Foles.
No, you're right. They
Next.
don't. So
I'm gonna go with, and the reason I'll let y'all go first because I'm the rookie, so I had to hear what you guys think. Breaking it down, I'm gonna go with the Packers, and I think it makes sense. I couldn't root for the Eagles if they, yeah.
Unless
got
Russell Wilson was the quarterback.
Watch
Then
out,
you'd
boss.
root for
Watch
him.
out. Watch out. Watch out, boss.
right, let's go Arizona Cardinals and the Rams.
Probably the most interesting game, right?
Yeah.
Cardinals are getting 3 points.
Yeah, the Cardinals are getting 3. So you go, Delano.
Oh,
Delano.
another. This is probably the toughest week that I've actually had to give,
Yeah,
and it's Delano, not Delano. Don't. Okay, so we're gonna go with toughy.
Don't hurt yourself, all right?
We're gonna go with the Colts here on this one. I know they're not
Colts
playing,
Are not playing the
but
game.
I think that's the better option out of the two.
Antone went with Arizona.
Okay.
Did he?
Yeah, I don't know if that helps you at all.
He,
because-
I do kind of look to him for a little bit because I think he knows a little bit what he's talking about outside of beating me this week.
after that beatdown, yeah, he should be.
Hey,
your
let's not talk
mentor.
about it.
You're basically his son now.
Hey,
I'm gonna go to.
See your big brother, this big brother, little brother.
Well, we trying to, not last on that black crime.
You're like
I'm a
Scooby-Doo and Scrappy.
Ruh-roh. I'm going to go with the Cardinals up against the Rams. The Rams have been playing okay, but the Cardinals, I think they have a little more advantage this week. That's just me.
Nice.
He's got the Cardinals too.
I would take the Rams in this game.
Son of a beep.
So I'm going to take the Rams, and here's why. I think the rush from the Rams will cause some turnover issues with the Cardinals, and that's how the Rams are going to win. So I'm going Rams.
All right.
All right.
So we're all locked in on that, huh?
Yeah.
We're all locked in. Rams, Cardinal, Packer, Giants, Browns, Titans. Looking good.
So we want to thank you guys for listening. We are seeing our numbers go up every week. Listen, watch, please. We would love for you to give us some reviews and some content and some feedback on how we're doing.
For sure.
We're doing our best to answer every question that we get on TikTok or Instagram or anything else. And I'm going to let you kind of close this out. Tell us how to get a hold of us.
You guys know where to find the boys. The boys will be found on Instagram at Ultimate Fantasy Locker Room. You can find us on YouTube. Make sure you not only watch on YouTube, but you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That is going to be the Ultimate Fantasy Locker Room as well. And if you're listen for any podcasts, you can find us on any platform, Apple, Spotify, Anchor. Just let us know, and we will take all the feedback we can get. We are growing, and we do appreciate you guys for tuning in.
Man.
We're growing. I feel good about Phil being in third place. I feel good about Rocky going in second place next week. And Antone, I feel good about you losing every game for the rest of the season.
That look on your face, it's
constipation.
I can't help it. I feel like that's probably the look of Coach O.
It's kind of the look I would have seen on his face as he walked by us.
Oh, the crop dust.
If I could see it.
Yeah, he did kind of dust us. Thank you, guys. Have a great week.